Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
All right. All right. Hold up. I hear something. Hold up. Wait a minute. What the fuck is that shit playing off of? I don't know what that shit's playing off of. Man, welcome back, y'all. Hold on, let me get my Otis in here. Get that Otis. There we go. Yeah, we are back. We are back again, y'all, with another episode. Let's talk J. Rich Jordan, man. I hope everybody doing all right. I hope y'all doing good, man. As usual, before we even get started, before we even get going, I need y'all to do a favor for you, boy, because we are trying to grow around here. So y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, turn the noties on. Make sure you click all on the noties and shit, just so y'all know every time that we dropping some of this shit around here. If y'all getting jiggy with what we putting down, yeah, all that in the bag of chips. It's cop night. It's cop night, y'all. It's cop motherfucking night. And we gonna talk about them boys. 5-0, the pigs, the fuzz, whatever that shit is you like to call them. We talking about them. Y'all know who it is. They in your neighborhood, they in your city, they in your town. Y'all know who them people is. Some of y'all might like them, some of y'all might love them. Then there's other people like me that actually got a problem with some of the bad ones. But we gonna get down to it and talk about a few different situations, man, that really bothered me when I saw them. And y'all know I always like to cover the things that concern me. It's a show about me talking about what the fuck I like to talk about. Y'all know what it is. And hopefully it helps out some people. But man, look, man, we're going to get into it, man. The first video that we're going to be covering is going to be coming from the civil rights lawyer. Y'all already know I like fucking with his content. So we're going to definitely react to what he's got going on over here. I'm actually going to drop the link because I know there's been some people recently that wanted to come in and put their 2 cents on the topics. And they like to disagree. So, you know, if you want to come on the internet and make yourself look bad saying stupid shit, I definitely will drop the link for y'all. But man, get your popcorn, get your weed, get whatever you need, because we're gonna jump into this one, y'all. We're gonna jump into it. Deaf man got hemmed up by the police, y'all, because he wasn't listening, man. A deaf man got hemmed up and beat down by the police because he wasn't listening. So I want y'all to let that sink in for a second. But you know, I'm saying whatever I say, but I'm going to let y'all see the video. Shout out to School for Justice in the building. Say good evening, fam. JoJo Designs. Say your people at, I don't know what that means. Shout out to my boy Hurricane. He says salute JVJ. Yeah, man, look, everybody come in when y'all get in, man. I appreciate everybody that's going to tune in tonight. Make sure y'all definitely hit that like button. If you're watching over on Let's Talk with JVJ on Facebook, the JVJ Network on YouTube, or Let's Talk with JVJ on YouTube, make sure y'all hitting all them buttons for all of them, man. You should be subscribed to everything. Just in case anytime YouTube might do some funny shit, we going to continue to keep doing these shows no matter what, every day, no matter if it's on a specific channel. So if you subbed up to all of them, you won't miss out on nothing. But like I said, popcorn, weed, whatever you need, we about to get it popping. Let me take a sip of my drink before we get going. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the first one. Shout out to the civil rights lawyer, y'all.
I put my phone in my hand.
In Jacksonville, Florida, police officers brutally beat a deaf.
Why does it always seem to be Florida? Yeah, I didn't watch this one already. I'm sorry I'm pausing quick, but why is Florida a lot on a lot of these, man? Florida be damn. Florida, California, and all them weird states after that.
Deaf man for not listening to them.
I was like, ow! Put your hands behind your back. Hey! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Can I get my hearing aid? I can't hear. I don't have my hearing aid. I can't hear.
You'd have it if you just listen. It's easier to just listen.
Were they just mocking him, or were they being serious? Well, sadly, probably both.
He can hear us. You gotta talk loud to him.
The deaf man reached out to me. He gave me all of the story. He gave me all of the body cam. And the footage captures everything, and it shows exactly how cops are able to beat people up and get away with it pretty much every time. Unless you've done something to prevent it, your information is being product information, hundreds of different data brokers. Point to any to incognito. Now let's get back to this video. This
Sure.
body cam footage begins in the driveway of a home in a neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, where numerous police officers have responded to a domestic call. This is the home of 44-year-old Joe Rich. He's been deaf most of his life as a result of a meningitis infection that he got when he was 2 years old. While he can hear some sound with the help of a hearing aid, he primarily is able to communicate by reading people's lips. Now, the police say that it was Joe's significant other who called the police asking for their help. Joe and his longtime significant other both tell me that it was actually a dispute between Joe and his adult son. Either way, it's undisputed that there was some sort of domestic disturbance at this home and that the police were called to it. After the argument occurred,
Hey man, real quick though, I do gotta say something because we gotta be inspirational even when we covering these negative videos. It don't matter if you deaf, it don't matter if you blind. Look, Joe deaf. He can barely hear. Meningitis situation happened when he was a kid. It led to him being deaf. Joe still got a girl and Joe got a kid. So hey, look, you might think you got some problems going on in your life that might hinder you from being able to pursue the things that you want in life. Joe, don't be like Joe. Don't let it stop you, even though you still get your ass beat up by the police. Because Joe got his ass beat up by the police, but he still got a kid and he got a girl. All right, somebody take that lesson home.
but before the police were called, Joe ended up leaving the house in a car with his mother. Joe's mother was contacted. She was ordered by the police to return Joe to the house. The cops were already at Joe's house and they were waiting on Joe to arrive along with his mother. Officers had not yet spoken with Joe about what happened and what did not happen. He was not yet under arrest. There was no warrant for his arrest. It was still under investigation, but the officers had decided that the first thing they were going to do, even before they questioned Joe, was to put him in handcuffs.
Man, can y'all lock the door?
Can't lock the door.
Hey, I'm locking the door.
I'm trying. Just a minute. Just a minute. Hey.
The officers were aware that Joe was deaf. As the vehicle came to a stop in the driveway, Joe put his hands on the dashboard of the car as he knew that the officers would want to see his hands. At this point, he's wearing his hearing aid and he's able to see the officers' lips. So he understands at this point what they want him to do. They want him to get out of the car, so he gets out of the car. But that's where things end up going completely sideways.
Step out of the car. You're being detained. Face away. Turn that way. Face away.
I put my phone in my hand. Piece of shit.
So did you hear what Joe just said?
Piece of shit.
I believe that this was the police officer's motive in beating Joe that night. Joe insulted them and they didn't like it, so they did what they did. Why did Joe say that? Remember, he can't hear what they're telling him at this point. He's looking the other direction. He says that a police officer that you can't see out of frame shined a flashlight right into his face. And that's when Joe reacted, calling him what he called him.
Piece of shit.
It was almost immediately after that when the police officers turned violent on Joe. So far, even though he was deaf, Joe has been completely compliant. He's totally surrounded by police officers. There are at least 3 right behind him in the process of handcuffing him. So what goes wrong here? This is what the arresting officer wrote in his police report. This is Officer Isaac. He's the one who is right behind Joe. Officers approached the suspect and instructed him to step out of the vehicle. The suspect stepped out eventually and was told he is being detained for a criminal investigation. As Officer Hill and I attempted to detain the suspect in handcuffs, he grabbed my hand, preventing me from placing him in handcuffs. The suspect then started actively resisting by pulling away. Therefore, he was taken down to the ground. For some reason, Officer Isaac, who you will see, knows very well that Joe is deaf,
He can hear us. You gotta talk loud to him.
neglects to mention that there were actually 3 officers putting him in handcuffs. Why does he only mention 2 and not 3? Well, perhaps it's less believable that 3 officers could not handcuff this guy as opposed to 2. I don't know. He claims that Joe grabbed his hand, and then he claims that Joe then began actively pulling away from him. and that it became necessary to take him to the ground. We don't see any pulling away from him, certainly not actively pulling away. Do you see Joe actively pulling away from him at all prior to Joe being taken down to the ground? Because I don't.
Stop fucking rapping to this. You get stupid on my fucking Ow! What are you doing? Put your hands behind your back.
In fact, what we see is the officer with the body cam that they're going to hand over step backwards so that you can't see the hands. You can't see behind the car door. You can't see the handcuffing. You have 3 police officers gang up on this guy, all behind him. The main one of which knows that he's deaf, that he can't hear what he's saying, that he can't read his lips to understand what he's saying. That's when they pretend there's some sort of active resistance there. Boom, all 3 of these police officers violently take this guy to the ground. Not only did they not give him a chance to comply with any orders, they knew very well that he couldn't hear their orders, which weren't really orders anyways, were they? They were just sort of acting. The suspect continued to actively resist, tensing and pulling away. While on the ground, there, Officer Hill and I had to use physical force to gain control of him. Again, the report pretends that only 2 officers were involved, when it was actually a gang of 3. We see one officer kneeling on his legs, holding Joe's legs down, while another officer, I believe it was Isaac, begins pummeling and punching Joe in the face. While the third officer...
I ain't gonna lie, man. Them cops punch like some hoes, bro. It look like they just, hit him. They punch like some hoes, man.
Pummels and punches Joe in the abdomen,
Haymaker,
in the back, in the
haymaker.
kidneys.
Got his legs.
Ow! Put your hands behind your back. Hey! Put your fucking hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your fucking hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. No! I ain't doing shit.
And cops know that when one of them begins punching the face, what is the instinctual reflex of somebody? To attempt
Cover your
to
face.
cover their face. So they threw Joe on his chest with his arms underneath him. They begin to punch him in the face. As he attempts ineffectually to cover his face and shield his face from the blows, they order him to give them his hands.
Put your hands behind your back. Fucking hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. No!
And not only is this man deaf and can't hear them in order to comply with those orders, but they're punching him in the face and physically preventing him from being able to put his hands behind his back. But that's not the point. Again, this is acting. This is theater. And the female officer wants to jump in, but there's no room because there's literally so many cops on top of Joe. And we can see that it's absolute lies that there are only 2 officers there attempting to gain control of this man. No, 3 cops were on top of him, beating him to a pulp.
Give me your fucking hand, dude.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
I got this one. I got this one. Cuffs.
Need some?
Yep.
I got my hearing aid? What's wrong with you? I got my hearing aid? What is wrong with you? I didn't do anything. Can I get my hearing aid? Ow. 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 I didn't do anything.
Stand up.
Ow.
Stand up.
The suspect was eventually detained in handcuffs and placed in the back of my patrol vehicle. We know the police officers like context, right? Well, another important piece of context that is missing from the officer's police report is the fact that the guy that they are arresting and recording themselves punching, etc., well, he's deaf. And they took him down so violently that his hearing aid flew off into the grass somewhere. And he's basically begging for his hearing aid. And that's when the officers began to mock him, saying, well, you should have listened. You'd still have your hearing aid if you had listened. None of this would have happened if you had listened. So not only are they mocking him, but they're also sort of sending the message that you were beaten because you didn't do what you were told because you couldn't listen. And haha, isn't that funny?
Can you get my hearing aid, please? Ow! Look, can you get my hearing aid? Can I get my hearing aid? Can I get my hearing aid? Sir, can I get my hearing aid? You got him? You got him?
Cook, do you have him? He's asking you if you have control.
Caesar, just
Can you
listen.
get my hearing aid? I can't hear.
Yeah, we'll go look for it. You'd have it if you just listen.
But wait, there's more. They weren't actually done mocking and torturing Joe here. Despite the fact that there was no allegation in this video that Joe ever attempted to spit on the officers, knowing full well that he relied on his eyes and lip reading in order to communicate with them, they put a spit mask on Joe, covering his head, covering his face, perhaps for no reason other than just yet another layer of retaliation against Joe based on what he had said to them earlier.
Why are you putting that on me? I didn't do anything.
Because you like to spit, that's why.
I didn't spit.
Yeah, I've never heard you spitting, so that's why.
You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
Y'all heard that, right? The motherfucker said you got a history of spitting. That's why. So he didn't spit on y'all. So you letting us know right there. You kind of snitched on yourself. He didn't spit on any of y'all, and y'all put a mask over his head. Now, I'm going to go in depth on what I see as a problem afterwards, but I'm going to let it play. I've been trying to let it play tonight.
I can't hear. I don't have my hearing aid.
He asked you, do you have any weapons? I think
She's gonna be a
The man just told you he can't hear, and then you ask him a question.
quick detain.
Shortly afterwards, the arresting officer, Officer Isaac, is talking to this female officer whose body cam we've been watching. And in that conversation, he admits that he's aware of Joe's disability. Yet he claims, for some reason, that to my knowledge is completely false. He thinks that Joe can hear, but you just have to talk really loud.
Can I get my hearing aid, please?
I'm glad we were all here.
he can hear it. You
I
gotta talk
didn't
loud to him.
spit. Why are you putting the spit mask on me? I didn't spit.
Because you like to spit, buddy.
Mom, look at me! Mom!
Awesome.
Oh no, that saves us time. Good.
That's good, yeah.
Would this be considered white on white violence? I just want to know, could this be considered white on white violence?
No, no. What did you do to him?
We used necessary force to put him into restraint. That's what we did. Okay?
I was literally walking through that.
Our body cams also watched it. Thank you. Thank you.
Joe actually thinks that they put the spit mask on him to hide the injuries to his face. And if we look at the booking
Hit him in his
information that he was able to,
Hey, look, I would have covered my eyes too. They got my eye red like Voldemort, some shit around here. Oh yeah, we ain't supposed to say that name. Got my eye, and they done punched that man in his eye. His eye look worse than that lady from Cincinnati. I'm sorry, y'all, I had to throw it in there.
obtain from when he was taken to jail, you can see that he has substantial injuries on his body following the use of force that occurred.
Man, yeah, them out there nipple punching. Y'all nipple punching too? They nipple punching, y'all.
He was taken to the emergency room that night there locally. They found that no fractures had occurred. He was charged with simple assault from the domestic and also resisting arrest with violence. His bail was $25,000, which he had posted with a bondsman immediately. Apparently, somebody must have found out that he had posted bond, perhaps the arresting officer. Somebody went after he posted bond and added another charge of assault on a law enforcement officer. His original bond was then revoked, and then he had to sit in jail for 58 days until his current attorney was able to argue in court that he should be out on bond. So after sitting in jail for 58 days, he bonded out, and as soon as he was released from jail, the first thing he did was go to a different hospital. They ran tests on him, and they found that he did have an old rib fracture. Now, this is 58 days later. That was in the process of healing. His criminal charges are still currently pending. I'll update you if I hear anything else. Also, to avoid any defenses of allegations of deceptive editing, things of that nature, I will upload the unedited raw body cam footage to my raw body cam footage channel so that you can go through it yourself and see what I cut and what I did not cut, and also see it without any of the blurring, etc. that I'm required to do. Here we see something that police officers do all the time across the country. In situations like this, they can decide that they want to beat somebody up. Police officers converge on the individual. They begin the process of handcuffing the person, but very importantly, they don't finish that process because you can't really beat a handcuffed person and get away with it very easily. So in the process of handcuffing, the person starts resisting. They start tensing up. All of a sudden you hear, give me your hands, stop resisting, things like that. Then you have this violent use of force, and there's a gang of cops involved in it. They would have no problem controlling this person or handcuffing this person if that's what they wanted to do. But it's theatrics. They pretend that the person is resisting. We don't see any attempted punches or kicks or rolling around or attempting to flee or anything like that. We just sort of have to take the officer's word for it that they're refusing to give their hands. Made all the more difficult by the fact that the individual's getting punched in the face and punched in the ribs. This is a setup. I've seen it many times before. At the end of the day, leadership and prosecutors, they are going to support this. They're going to take the officer's word for it. And it may be up to a jury at the end of the day to decide whether or not they saw any active resistance, creating some sort of necessity to do what they did. This was clearly excessive. And I think a jury would agree with that actually here. But let me know what you think in a comment.
Yeah, man, because we gotta go back to the beginning where they, not the beginning, but where they got him out the car, y'all. All right, so he's right here, y'all. We can clearly see that he's standing behind the vehicle. Look at the way I look at it, because look, military shit. Don't worry about it. I'm looking at his shoulders. And I'm looking at the angle of his arms. His shoulders are back. Like if I'm sitting like this, y'all, his shoulders are back. They're not forward. They're back. They are not coming nowhere near. No, not even looking close to being like this. They're back. So when they say that he tried to grab his hand or he was trying to pull away, we gonna look at it again, y'all, and see if his arms look like, did his shoulders ever move forward? Y'all just tell me that. Did his shoulders ever move forward? Because that's what I'm looking at.
To his face. And that's when Joe reacted, calling him what he called him.
Now he go. And I know somebody would come in here and say, yeah, look right there. His shoulders move first. And he's move forward. Dude, his whole body moved forward. Look at it again. I just got to cover it for the dummies in the back that's going to defend cops no matter what. His hands are behind his back. His whole body just came forward because they pushed him.
Here, what they're telling says that a police frame, he called him.
Piece of shit.
It was almost immediately after that
Shoulders
when
still back.
the police officers turned violent on Joe. So far,
So now he slammed to the ground. Now he on the ground because they claim that he was doing something. And I wish I could go to that other video, but I can't go to that other video because YouTube, just same reason why he can show it y'all, same reason I can't show it.
I put my phone
Like,
in my hand.
He gets out. Like, he gets out the car. They ask him to get out the car. He gets out.
Face away.
Gets out.
Face away.
Faces away.
I
Arms
put
are already
my
behind his
phone in
back.
my hand.
Arms are already behind his back.
Piece of shit.
And after that, That ain't gonna lie. That's when everything sparked off.
So did you hear what Joe
I don't need you to tell me again. We already heard him say it. We heard him say it.
motive in what they did playing him at this point? He's looking the other direction. He says that a police officer that you can't see out of frame shined a flashlight right into his face. And that's when Joe reacted, calling him what he called him.
Piece of shit.
It was almost immediately after that when the police officers turned.
Yeah, whoever the officer is with the beanie on his head in the back, whoever the officer back here with this beanie on his head, he the one that sparked that shit up. He the one that pushed him forward. Watch him.
It was almost immediately after that when the police officers turned violent on Joe. So far, even though.
So y'all got a man with his hands behind his back. You got three of y'all on top of him. And remember, these are some strong men. These are defenders of the public, man. You got a man with his hands behind his back. Let's say he was reaching and grabbing at y'all or whatever the hell. Behind his back, he grabbing at y'all, not even looking at you. He's looking at the female officer. Let's say he did grab at one of your arms. So you slam him down backwards towards the sidewalk where y'all have full control over his body. Y'all know that one of the leading causes for people like self-deleting themselves, because that's what it comes down to. That's what happens. But people losing their lives in this country is people falling down. And I love watching falling videos, but I only like the ones where the people survive it. Most people, like a lot of people, pass away from falling down, and you're gonna throw somebody who you have control over their hands. You're gonna throw them backwards, and they're right beside a sidewalk. And that's protecting the servant. Let's say he did. I'm giving just the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he did grab one of your wrists when y'all had his hands behind his back. Like I'm gonna beat this point down, and I'm not gonna stop beating it down, because right now we have a term called chickens coming home to roost. That's what we got going on. A lot of folks didn't have an issue or a problem when this shit was being done to other folks that didn't look like them. Yeah, I'm keeping it very vague right now, but y'all know that y'all know. They didn't have a problem with them doing this to people that didn't look like them. And now, lo and behold, they doing it to people that look like you. And on top of that, them people that look like you are handicapped. And they know they handicapped because the dude's deaf. He's handicapped. He getting a check for that. He handicapped. And they brutalizing handicapped people out here, y'all. They brutalizing handicapped people out here. I didn't see anything in the video, and maybe that's why the civil rights lawyer said it also, but I didn't see anything in the video that would justify them slinging that man to the ground and punching him the way they punched him. And when they say he wouldn't give them their hands, I'd be like, yeah, I can see his face. I see why he didn't want to give you his hands after you threw him to the ground backwards. Like that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. But we got a lot of people in America that's okay with that nonsense going on, man. That ain't cool right there, man. Like, who did that serve? Who did that protect? And we didn't even get the story about what happened with his son. Like, what was the disagreement, the argument with his son? And obviously he left, so he got away from the situation and didn't constantly keep engaging. If him and his son were going back and forth, he got away from it. He was with his mother, you know. So obviously she was probably talking to him if he was in the wrong with some shit like that. But the cops getting called. And I don't know what's up with all these people that keep wanting to call the police. Like, the police are your problem solver. The police are not your problem solver. The police are not your problem solvers. You do not bring a verbal dispute. You don't call the cops in for shit like that. You don't do that. You don't do that, because things like this can happen, and it could be one of your loved ones on the receiving end of that shit. And I don't know if you want to see that, because I swear it'd be like that situation where a girl will call the police on a man, and she'll say all this shit because she trying to just get him in trouble and shit. But then when the police start beating up on her, she run over there like, no, I ain't want you to do all that. It's like, don't call them motherfuckers unless you need to call them motherfuckers. Because shit like this can happen, man. Shit like this can happen. And see, I don't know who this is. We got King of Kings said hi. And he said, don't smoke, bro. It's a little too late. Say it's bad. Yeah, I know. But that's neither here nor there. I feel you on that, man. Appreciate that. But I'm gonna smoke a cigarette tonight. Cause looking at this shit, it helps out a little bit. But in this situation with Joe, man, look, we gotta call this shit out when we see it, y'all. We have to call these things out, man. Look, I don't care if you certified back to blue 24/7. If they do something wrong, they do something wrong. I can have my dad back to the cows come home. I can have my mom, my sister, my brother, my other sister back to the cows come home, my nieces and my nephews. But if they wrong, I need to be able, as a grown-ass adult, to call them out when they're wrong. So it don't matter that they just police. If they did something wrong, they did something wrong. This right here looks very, very suspicious. I didn't see that guy fighting with them. Me personally, I didn't see it. I will click down in the link later on, not while I'm on here with y'all, but I'll click down later on and look at the full-blown video that can't supposedly be shown. Even if I click on the link and it show it on YouTube, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, man? But I want to see, because from what I saw from that angle, unless they have another angle of another cop behind the car that's holding his hands to show that he did that, even if he did do that, I don't think it's warranted to be slammed backwards. But let's say he did do that, I need to see it, because from the angle that we saw, I did not see it, y'all. I didn't see it. And I don't believe anybody. I don't wish even my worst enemy to have bad things just randomly happen to them. Now, I want something bad to happen to them when they do some fucked up shit. Like what makes them a bad person if they do it to somebody else or they do it anywhere else? I want something bad to happen to them when you do it. But just randomly, you ain't doing that at the time and something bad happened to you. Now, I don't wish that on nobody, man. I don't wish that on nobody. I know karma's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it comes around full circle. And see, King said, oh, well, keep up the good work. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Fucking, we're going to go to another one, because I don't want to linger on that one, but I will emphasize this before we go to the next one. Please start having compassion in your soul when you see things like this, because I promise you, even if it's people that you don't like, even if it's a group of people you don't like, if you see them doing it to them, I promise you it ain't nothing but a matter of time till they do it to you. A lot of people think that they just gonna do it to them and that's what it's known for. Nah, motherfucker, you okayed it. So now you about to get yours too. I might be having a motherfucking bad day. I've been working 12-hour shifts. I'm pissed off. My wife fucking the goddamn pool guy. I need to fuck somebody up. And you just might be the wrong motherfucker I'm running across. Just saying, man, y'all never know what the situation might be. So I'm like, man, look, call out bullshit when you see bullshit happening. This is not how we do this. But next up, man, audit the motherfucking audit. Oh yeah, and I didn't even get to play Bernie one time. Bernie, go on, tell him one more time before we move on.
That ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
R.I.P. to Bernie, man, because that shit ain't right. But next up, we got audit the audit, y'all. Look, man, y'all tell me if these are good people right here. You tell me if this is what you want happening on your streets when it pertains to policing. Tell me if these are good people, or do these look like what some people like to use the word tyrants? I got other words that are a little bit harsher for that. But y'all tell me what this looks like to y'all, because it don't look right to me. I'll just put it like that. This shit do not look right to me. So let's check it out. Audit the audit, y'all.
On February 21st, 2024, activist Phil Rischel, who regularly films Allentown, Pennsylvania police officers from public sidewalks outside local police precincts, was filming while standing on a public sidewalk outside the Allentown PD headquarters, only recording what was visible from his public vantage point. Mr. Rischel filmed through an open grating into the parking garage, but did not enter the garage. According to a lawsuit Mr. Rischel later filed, Captain of Patrol Daniel Gross then exited the building, accused Mr. Rischel of quote-unquote loitering, and ordered him to stop filming and leave the area. Captain Gross also allegedly repeatedly used his body to block Mr. Rischel from filming into the parking garage, placed his hands on him to guide him away from the department headquarters, and reported Mr. Rischel to the Lehigh County Department of Human Services as having a, quote, mental health crisis. Mr. Rischel filed a complaint with the Allentown PD that same day, but the department dismissed the complaint without following up with him or reviewing the video footage. On March 26, 2024, Mr. Rischel was once again filming outside an Allentown PD precinct when Officer Dean Flight drove his patrol car out of the garage. Mr. Rischel continued to film the encounter that followed.
Okay, so that's AKA, look, they already know this guy. They don't like this guy films them. So this is the second interaction that he's having with them. Because, yeah, that's just a quick gist, just anybody that didn't catch it. Second interaction that he's having with him. Another day, not the same day.
You hit your own building, you dumb piece of shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the It's a public sidewalk, you dumb shit. Look at that nice bill you got. What's wrong with you?
I just want to ask everybody, like, what did y'all see? Now, we could say, because I know with the people in the back that like to say this, well, we don't know what happened before he started filming. Well, if we don't know, then we need to stop trying to talk about something that we don't know. All right. From what we did see, it looks like he was filming, walking down, and this cop saw him, and he came out, and he decided he was going to turn his vehicle really tight towards him, as if he was going to run him over. He hit the side of the damn building. Then he had to go around a pole. And now where we at? He couldn't get past that pipe, that city pipe. Blaring the horn.
What a f***ing nut job. This guy is f***ing crazy. Running me off the sidewalk. Learn to drive yet?
What public service did that serve? I just got to ask the people that always defend cops no matter what. What did that serve? Because I think we all know what he was just doing right there, what the cop was doing right there. But for the people that want to defend nonsense no matter what public service did that serve right there? To run your vehicle, the city paid vehicle, tax dollars that me and you pay for, to run it into the side of the building, then to drive it up on that sidewalk, because y'all see now what the sidewalk looks like from the other angle now. What purpose did that serve? What was the emergency? Anybody?
Stay the hell away from me. Stay the hell away from me. Check out the
Yeah, look, Kings, man, we stream over here. I would really tell you, go back and watch the beginning of the video. I throw all that out before I start every show, man. Go watch the beginning of the video. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, go check it out.
crime code about loitering. I got you out here, got a arrest you for loitering. You don't know the law, Dick. You just tried to hit me with your car and hit your own building.
Told him he's loitering.
You're throwing your
y'all.
qualified immunity away, dumb. Are you gonna attack me? Are you gonna attack me? Or can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? He just tried to hit me with his car. He hit the building trying to hit me on the sidewalk.
Well, you were blocking the gate.
I was to the side of the gate.
Everyone that just came in here said you've been blocking.
It's on video. No. Subpoena it.
Well, if you want me to do something about it.
What are you gonna do? Nothing. Captain Gross won't do anything. What are you gonna do? What are you? You a captain?
Now look, y'all heard what that officer said. He said everybody in there saw it. He was blocking the gate. All right. Well, we're gonna see if he was blocking the gate. Just a quick recap. Did he ever even pass the fucking gate? Now he said all his other officers saw it. And I know they got a camera outside that goddamn gate. That police officer just came out there and said that he was blocking the gate. Once again, watch him walking down. Did he ever even pass the gate?
Continued to film the encounter that followed.
He was blocking the gate, y'all. Just remember that, y'all. He was blocking the gate. And that's what this trustworthy public servant that whose word we should take over the citizens every damn time said. Man, look, come on, man. That's crazy, bro.
He just tried to hit me with his car. He hit the building trying to hit me on the sidewalk.
Well, you were blocking the gate.
I was to the side of the gate.
Everyone that just came in here said you've been blocking.
It's on video.
Okay. Guess what? One more.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
That's crazy. That look, it's really not crazy for somebody like me that notices shit, and I be calling it out. That's why we do a Thursday show on this. But it should be crazy for the people in the back that don't believe these things ever happen. That's crazy, bro. That's a blatant ass lie.
No. Subpoena it.
Well, if you want me to do something about it,
What are you going to do? Nothing. Captain Gross won't do anything. What are you going to do? What are you? You a captain?
you want to show me the video? If you want to,
No, I don't want to be.
then you obviously don't want to.
I'll go to the station and do it, not with you psychos. Look at his car. He hit the building trying to hit me.
Because you're blocked. Yes, because you're blocked. So you can't do that because that's interference.
Where? I was on the other side. I was by the grates. That's not blocking anything.
Go over there. Go up this side of the sidewalk.
I don't have to. Traditional public.
Can take you in for arrest. Got it?
What's your name?
Sergeant.
All right, we got tough guy out here. We got tough guy out here now talking about he want to talk hard and shit. No, he probably jacked up on something. But we got School for Justice in the building. Echo, but I'm gonna be quiet so let you say something. Hey, you might have to switch your input. Whatever you go into your settings and see which microphone you got your shit on. Cause it's echoing. It's echoing like crazy. Click on settings in StreamYard. Don't hit the red button.
No, last time you had the background music.
Yeah, but we ain't got to worry about it. You just need to change the microphone. You just need to change the microphone. It's just echoing. It's picking up everything up. See, I'm need to let you work on that real quick. Like, just come back on camera when you ready. But see, look, we got tough guy right here, y'all. We got tough guy right here. Captain Swole on probably jacked on all Mountain Dew and shit. He told him what the fuck he told him? He told him something stupid.
I was on the other side. I was by the grates. That's not blocking anything.
So here's the deal. You want a video? Go over there. Stay off this side of the sidewalk.
I don't have to. Traditional public.
Can take you in for arrest.
So he telling him that it will take him in for arrest if he stays on that side where they're standing right now, that side of the sidewalk, but he can go on the other side of the sidewalk and film. Does that make sense to y'all? Does that sound right? For the people in the back, I'm gonna just let y'all know. That shit ain't right.
That ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
I don't know what law says. I don't know what law says you can't stand on this side of the street, but you can stand over there and film. If we ain't got this taped off, cordoned off, or whatever the hell, bitch, I can stand wherever the fuck I want. That's a public sidewalk. Who the fuck are you as an officer to tell me where I can stand? But a lot of people are like, well, the officer said it, so it's like, no. That's why we'll talk about your rights later on.
Got it?
What's your name?
Sergeant Stevens.
Badge number. It's covered.
He's a sergeant.
Right,
he should
It's
know the law.
covered. Your wire is covering it.
That's not my problem.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Traditional public forum. I can stand wherever I want.
You cannot stand there for our ingress and egress out of the garage to intentionally block us.
I was standing on the corner next to the wall and by the grates, not in front of the gate, you dumbasses. Are you blind? It's all on camera. I took video of where my feet was.
Great, you gonna come show it to me?
No, because you're gonna.
Look. Why would he come out there and show it to you when you can clearly tell that you're lying already? You just want to get close enough to him so you can grab him. You can grab him and say he resisted like the first guy in the first video. It's like, dude, these are your public servants, y'all. These are the people, like, I don't know if y'all see what's going on that's wrong right here, but clearly anybody with a fucking lick of sense could tell something is wrong with this situation. Those are cops. He almost got ran over by one, and now his buddies are coming out here trying to intimidate him and telling them shit that's not even against the law. It's like, don't nobody see nothing wrong with this? Nobody, huh? All of America don't see nothing wrong with this.
Heck me.
Well, then you have no complaint.
I don't need to give you a complaint. I can just sue you.
All right, let's try it again. We got Miss Jackson back, Miss School for Justice. A little echo still, but I'll try to do what I can on this side, but shit. Let's see. Go ahead and say something.
What's good, fam? I don't know if the adjusting made it any difference.
I'm just turning on some things on my side to see if it helps out, but it's more of the echo. But y'all introduce yourself to the people, let them people know what's up. I can't hear you at all now. I can just hear the echo of myself.
Can't hear it all.
Now I can hear you. Now I heard you right there. Ah, shit. Yeah, we gotta fix this shit right here. It's fucking up show right here. We gotta get this audio shit down, Pat. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's a bad echo.
Yeah, every time I talk.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I'll work on that on my end. I'm School for Justice. Glad to be here in the building with you all. I'm just jumping on this content right here, but on the very last content, man, they was just on demon time. The officers, you know, they just beat that man down like that. To me, their attitude showed intent. That was their intentions the entire time, and it was just straight on demon time, and it just really manifested itself by doing it to their own. So it just represented their character and how they abusing their power. So, but yeah, in this content here, it looks like the officer just nitpicking this guy standing out here on the block minding his business. And yeah, he just creating a problem, you know, because it looked like he just want to start one.
Because this one right here is like, it's like, hey man, the dude, they know who the guy is. I'm putting it like this: they know who the guy is. They don't like what he does. There are people that go out here in America, y'all, that film the police. And also, I know some people out here be like, well, why you doing that? Okay, because they can, motherfucker. That's why. Because they can. Like, there's a lot of things that people do in this world that I don't like, but guess what? They not breaking the law, and I can't stop them. So, like, a lot of people need to stop trying to control what other people do because they think it might be something that they don't like. What he's doing, filming the police, is perfectly legal. It's been actually ruled on all the way up to the highest court in this land, the Supreme Court. So just because the police don't like that he's filming them doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Because guess what? When you walk past that police department, they filming you. When you walk in Walmart, they filming you. When you walk in the bank, they filming you. When you walk into a lot of places around here, you are being filmed. But just because they police, they get to fuck with somebody because they don't want to be filmed? No. We ain't doing that shit around here. But let's keep going.
Okay, courthouse is 5 blocks out. You guys are nuts. I thought the people at the main station were crazy. You guys, I come here one time and you're running me off the sidewalk? You guys are nuts.
Because your antics are well known, that's why.
So you
were doing this to harass us.
Yeah, see, they know him. This ain't like it just randomly happened. They said it was because he was blocking the gate. You're telling on yourself. He wasn't blocking the gate. We saw it on video. Y'all know this guy and y'all want to come out here and fuck with him. And that's what y'all are doing. We see it happening.
Correct. Traditional public forum, First Amendment right to protest. I have the right to be here and voice my grievances. What's wrong? What's wrong about it? Traditional public. What?
What are you voicing?
My disapproval with everything you guys are doing.
Right. There are more constructive ways to do that than actually try to irritate us.
Constitution. I didn't block anything. I was standing on the corner. There was no gate in front of me, just wall. I was standing on the other side. There was no garage door in front of me.
And I'm asking you to vacate the area.
You can't. It's a traditional public forum. I have the right to protest here.
All you have to do is not block the garage.
I'm not. Can I walk over there by the pole? No, I can be on that side of the sidewalk too. It's a traditional public forum. I can be there. I won't be anywhere near the gate after he tried to hit me with his car. I won't go anywhere near it. But I can be on that side of the sidewalk. What?
That's probably because you were in the way.
You are insane.
That man said probably because you was in the way. I guess it's being in the way, y'all. He in the way so much that this officer hit the fucking corner of the building. He was in the way so much. And then you turn around and you get right here and you look at the goddamn gate being right here. Like, dude, you had to turn the car so hard to barely get on the sidewalk. He wasn't in your way, motherfucker. You tried to run him over. And you hit the building in the process. Miss Jackson, tell me if you seen anything different, man, because I
Well, I know we had scraped up against that building like that. You had to call, file the report, get insurance, and yeah, get a ticket and whatever else they want to throw at you. So, but it was all right. It wasn't no issue when they did it. Oh, okay. That's how that game goes. Okay, we see.
And y'all want to know something else that's funny? They telling him that he can't stand on that side of the sidewalk. He can't be over there on that side of the sidewalk. And we ain't seen construction workers. And we got this guy right here walking down the goddamn sidewalk. But he can't be over there. Why he can't be over there?
To intentionally block us.
I was standing on the corner next to the wall and by the grates, not in front of the gate, you dumbasses. Are you blind? It's all on camera. I took video of where my feet was.
Great, you gonna come show it to me?
No, because you're gonna attack me.
That's us.
Correct. Traditional public forum, First Amendment right to protest. I have the right to be here and voice my grievances. What's wrong? What's wrong about it? Traditional public. What?
What do you to vacate here?
You can't. It's a traditional public forum. I have the right to protest here.
All you have to do is not block the garage.
I'm not. Can I walk over there by the pole? No, I can be on that side of the sidewalk too. It's a traditional public forum. I can be there. I won't be anywhere near the gate after he tried to hit me with his car. I won't go anywhere near it, but I can be on that side of the sidewalk. What?
That's probably because you were in the way.
You are insane.
I'm not insane.
He hit the.
You don't want to share it. Who's the crazy one?
Because you are thugs that attacked me. Captain Gross attacked me, and now this guy is running me off the sidewalk. Why do you think he's on the sidewalk? Because I was there. Because I was over there. What is wrong with you people? Are you going to arrest me if I walk past?
Yep.
On public forum.
I told you not to go there. So yeah.
You heard it, right? He's gonna arrest him if he walks on that public sidewalk that me, you, and him pay for because the officer said, I told you not to. What grounds do you have to tell me to not walk on that fucking sidewalk? We just watched 3 other people walk on. And then your officers are standing on the bitch right now too. What grounds do you have? None. These are thugs with badges. Whether people know it or not, whether people want to accept it or not, these are thugs with badges. I know they told you when you was a little kid, being that police officer, save that little girl from a burning building, even though that's a firefighter job. All that bullshit they put in your face. That ain't all these motherfuckers, right? That couldn't even possibly be all of them. These people are fucking with a guy because he's filming them. Why would you get so mad if you ain't doing nothing wrong when somebody of the public is filming you? Ain't you supposed to be a hero? I know when a celebrity come by, everybody pull out their phone. Snap, trying to get a picture, trying to get a video of them. Maybe they view you like a hero. Can they get a video of you? No, you feel like somebody's going to catch you doing something. And then look what they're still doing on camera. Hey, Jackson, give me some thoughts real quick, like before I start rambling, because I'm about to get mad at this shit.
Yeah, they have to keep in mind. We all need to keep in mind that they work for us. We are the taxpayers, and it's like they get off on, being flamboyant and parading off their authority and position by treating us like slaves, by treating us like do boys and do girls, and we supposed to bow down to their orders, or like they created the laws themselves. So that's the biggest hypocrisy, because they work for us. We are the taxpayers, and that's why their title is to protect and serve. So yeah, we gotta know where we stand, and they have to stay in their lane and in their position, and then we stay in ours, and everything will flow smooth together. It'll flow into its right perspective.
All right, let's keep rocking, man. Let's see what we got, because we got a little bit more on this shit. And then I got to show y'all something else that's really fucked up, and it should bother people.
I'll arrest you.
Traditional public forum.
Don't care. I told you, you're not walking there, and I'll
You don't
arrest
fucking care.
All right. You guys all agree with this? All right. I see how you guys are.
And this is what happens, y'all, when they say it's just a few bad apples that spoil the bunch, It's just a few bad cops. When a cop does something egregious, like pop a kid through a window playing in the park by himself early in the morning. It's just it's a bad apple that y'all let get off too. But well, if it's just one bad apple, let's say if the bad apple was the one that was driving the vehicle. Okay, he was the bad apple. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the fat fuck that's standing to the side, 6 of them, 6 more bad apples coming out defending what the first bad motherfucker did. Is it just a few bad apples, or is it like the whole bunch probably is bad and maybe you got a few good ones in it? And I'm actually gonna cover a video where I'll show you where former cops actually speak on what goes on inside of police departments. And most of them have to blur their face because they know what the motherfuckers will do. But either way, though, let's keep going.
After Officer Flight drives his vehicle on the sidewalk towards Mr. Rischel and then threatens to arrest him, Sergeant Christopher Stevenson tells Mr. Rischel that he would be arrested if he returned to film from the sidewalk outside the garage. It is unclear what offense the officers believe Mr. Rischel had committed, and a court would likely find that none of the potentially applicable charges, including loitering, obstructing, disorderly conduct, or harassment, were legitimately applicable to someone filming and verbally protesting police from a public sidewalk. Under Section 244-4 of the Allentown City Code, loitering is defined as remaining idle or lingering without purpose. Well, given that Mr. Rischel was engaged in filming and protest activity, his presence was purposeful, and therefore a court would likely conclude that his actions did not fall within the scope of the definition. Moreover, the ordinance applies only where such conduct obstructs a public street or sidewalk by hindering the free passage of vehicles or pedestrians. As there is no indication that Mr. Rischel interfered with pedestrian access to the sidewalk, it is unlikely that his actions constituted a violation of the ordinance. Courts have consistently held that verbal criticism or filming does not constitute unlawful obstruction of police, unless the filmer's actions genuinely hinder a specific official function. We will address the disorderly conduct and harassment statutes in greater detail later in this episode. But for now, it's important to recognize that a court would likely find that the officers had no lawful basis to threaten Mr. Rischel with arrest, as the First Amendment firmly protects the right to non-disruptively film police and express criticism, even in colorful language, from a public sidewalk.
So, is everyone else walking down this road?
We already told what's going on at the end of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. You can't stop me recording.
Didn't say anything about it. Listen, stop trying to go shit going on. That was the conversation.
You. I wasn't doing that is illegal. Everything I'm doing is constitutionally protected. You gonna stand here all day wasting tax dollars?
Well, I told you multiple times to move along.
I don't have to. Traditional public forum. This is where you're supposed to protest. Traditional public forum. Do you even know what that means?
One person protest ain't a protest.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God! What the fuck did he?
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. This shit wild. You saw this shit, man?
That man just said one person's protest is not a protest. Oh, what?
Doing is constitutionally protected. You gonna stand here all day wasting tax dollars?
Well, I told you multiple times to move along.
I don't have to. Traditional public forum. This is where you're supposed to protest. Traditional public forum. Do you even know what that means?
One person protest ain't a protest.
One person protest ain't a protest. Okay. If you say so, buddy.
Yes, it is. If I say it's a protest, it's a protest. That's what Supreme Court precedent says. I'm protesting right now with my voice. Do you understand that? Am I breaking any laws right now? You're not demanding my ID. I'm not detained.
You want to play that again?
Huh?
I didn't demand anything off you.
Really? What's a reasonable, articulable suspicion?
I didn't demand anything off you. I don't need anything. I need you to stay out of the way of traffic. That's all I need.
What do you think I'm doing? I'm doing what I was the whole time, on the sidewalk.
Stay there. You're good.
Mr. Rischel left the precinct after this encounter, but he returned the next day to continue to film. When he arrived at the precinct, he found construction crews working on the road, but the sidewalks were not closed, as indicated by tape showing where pedestrians could travel. Mr. Rischel confirmed with a construction crew member that the sidewalk was open before walking on it, then continued to walk towards the precinct and attempted to file a complaint with Sergeant Joseph Iannetta.
I want you to apply for a ride-along. Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Apply for a ride-along.
Sure.
You can tell me your life story. We can have a nice powwow. You want to do that? I can get you the application. You can tell me all about your life instead of you standing here and filming us.
What's wrong with me standing here?
Nothing. I just want you to realize that we're good people.
I think plenty of you are good people.
Oh, really?
But
we don't think you're a good person. Why should we like you?
I mean, you shouldn't like me, but I don't.
I think you need to be institutionalized is what I think you should be doing. How many times have you been institutionalized?
Let me count 0 times.
Yeah. 0? Are you sure? Because remember, we know all about you. You want to know all about us, but we know all about you.
When have I been institutionalized?
You tell me.
That's what.
Once again, I want you to put in a letter to have a ride along. We'll take you all over the city. You don't even need to bring your bicycle.
Does this sound like somebody that wants to be your friend, that cares about you and wants to protect and serve you? Or does it sound like somebody that got an issue with you because you got a camera? Okay. We know all about you. It's like, oh, you do, huh? You know all about me, huh? How you know all about me?
Yeah, that's what you resort to. You resort to calling me names. Yet you would never call me names if I was out of this uniform. You know why? Because bad things would happen to you.
Bad things?
Yeah. So once again, I want you to put in for a ride along.
Damn, he just threatened him. He just threatened him, but he keep telling him to get in and apply for a ride along with him. You just threatened like you would hurt me. You want me to ride in the car with you?
I want me to show you how cool it is to be a cop. You love cops that bad that you need to film us all the time.
I love how pretty you guys are.
Yeah, I'm cute, and I think you're a handsome fellow too. So why don't you put in for a ride along? I can take you all over the city. I could be your personal chauffeur.
I like exercise. I don't need it.
But you never ride your bike. You only push it.
I do 15 miles every time.
From Club Avenue?
Club Avenue all the way around the city.
So then why do you constantly think it's funny to film us? What do you get out of it?
I find bad cops like Dean Flight.
So now you're fixated on one guy. Last week you were fixated on someone else. I believe you need to be instituted.
Hold on. Did he not just get up out of his vehicle, come all the way across that parking lot to address this guy recording? But he's turning around telling him now that he got a problem because he's fixated on one person.
Take me in.
It seemed like you the motherfucker that's fixated on something. You walked all the way. Ain't no crime going on in the city, y'all. Ain't no parking tickets to be written. Ain't no speeding tickets to be written. Ain't no children to be saved. Ain't no fires that you can get people out the house. Ain't none of that shit going on. He fixated on y'all, but you just walked your ass all the way across that parking lot when you saw his face. Because I don't think he even said nothing to you. Jackson, you got anything before I keep going? Because I'm over here wondering what the fuck going on right now, because this shit right here crazy, man.
Oh yeah, so it shows me that first of all, they were standing out there the day before to harass him. That was their purpose of going out there, to harass that man and find a quote unquote probable cause to lock him up and arrest him. They had an issue with him protesting and being proactive as a citizen and with the issues there in the local community. But when he talk about let's do a ride along, that reminds me of this old classic movie called Unlawful Entry. Came out back in the 90s, and it was all a setup. Took the guy for the ride along and basically had him tried to provoke him to participate in a deletion of the guy who quote unquote broke in their house and tried to grape his wife. And it was all a setup. And at the end, they had to delete the officer because he was obsessed and infatuated with his wife and tried to destroy the man's whole life to get at him and get next to his wife. So, yeah, I mean, and like you said, attitude speaks everything. It speaks volumes. And, you know, I mean, he making it his business to come out here and create an argument with this man. And he already see what them, and they done dug up dirt on him, trying to find reasons, you know, to say, oh, that he has a mental issue and you need to be institutionalized and we need to lock you up and get you incarcerated, because this man chooses to stand up and be a leader and protest against the actions and the issues that's going on local in their community. So all he doing is just showing that he got a personal problem with it, because it, you know, like they said, if you can't say amen, say ouch.
That motherfucker and shit, he need to be yelling fucking ouch. I ain't heard that saying before, but he need to be yelling ouch if that's the case. Cause like, bro, like, I'm gonna keep going, man. These people crazy.
I think you need to go yourself. Where's your bike today?
I didn't want anybody.
You have your helmet.
I didn't want anybody to think that I was blocking anything. There is a nice man. I love this guy. Like,
and now you walk around with a balaclava on. It's not even cold out.
I'm biking.
You're biking. No, you're filming us and you're bothering me.
Well, too bad. You bother people all day.
Why would I bother people?
It's your job.
It's my job to bother people.
Yeah,
and what do you think your job is? Oh no, wait, you don't have a job.
You know what college is?
Yeah, where'd you go? Penn State? Wow, it's funny that we know that.
Wow, really? It's not like you had a facial ID.
They tried to make it seem like him going to Penn State was a bad thing. Penn State's a good college.
And whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's why you wear the balaclava.
Because it's cold. You've seen me plenty of times without it.
You need to get a life. That's what you need to do. You need to get a life. How old are you?
I'm sure you know.
You still live with your parents? It's not nothing.
Right, look, and I want people. I need to get people back from being desensitized to this. Like, remember, y'all, this dude is on the clock. He's getting paid by your tax dollars that they take from you without even asking you if we can get it. If you want to donate to this, now they just taking your shit, and he's just sitting out here talking shit to one of the fellow citizens. Like, for what? We talk about immaturity of him. He's just so immature. He's just filming the cops. Just like, look at this cop. He's on the job right now. Ain't no babies need saving? Like, damn, ain't no babies around here need no saving. You just want to sit here and talk shit to a guy, throwing weak ass insults. Like, weak as fuck. Let's be honest with you. King said he is so disrespectful. He is being disrespectful. And he doing all this because the guy's filming and his buddies told him they're not like this guy. So now you want to fuck with him? Where's your bicycle at? You ain't got a job, do you? You stay with your mom, right? It's like what the? Dude, go do your fucking job, bitch. Matter of fact, I need to play this one. It probably might not even relate, but I just want to see.
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
Like, what the fuck are you even talking about, bro? This ain't got nothing to do. Like, go do your job, bitch.
Wrong about living with your parents. Do your parents know you do this?
Yeah.
They do.
I showed them one of your officers running me off the road yesterday. My mom's a lawyer. She loves the Constitution.
And what kind of law does she fight against? What kind of law does she practice? Civil law?
No.
No. You sure?
No.
Is it criminal law?
You think I'm gonna do you?
I got work.
You get the fuck out.
Should have been doing that, buddy.
If you think the Constitution means I should be institutionalized, whatever you say. Oh! What's that loitering statute, Dean? What's that loitering statute you quoted?
Still have the 1036 Club Act, right? All right, that's where your citations are going to be going. Because I
Round
wanted yesterday
y'all.
to come back and do this shit. Right?
Public sidewalk, I'm protesting. There's nothing you can do.
You're not protesting.
I am
You're being a
protesting.
nuisance.
I'm protesting.
You're doing the same behavior for no legitimate purpose.
Protesting.
No, it's not. One person isn't a protester.
Your 6 weeks of training doesn't tell you what a protest is.
And you don't have the knowledge to know what you're violating. So you're going to be getting your citations in the mail. Or I'll come over there and arrest you.
That's it.
What's that?
Okay. Bro, I know my rights. Public sidewalks and parks. That is where you're supposed to protest.
But this isn't a protest.
Bro, it's a protest.
What are you protesting?
I'm protesting the police department being violent.
Protesting that ugly ass motherfucking beard you got on your face, that thing you call a beard, that motherfucking fucking skunk pussy.
Damn.
That's what he protesting, that skunk pussy on your face. That's what he protesting, man. Get your bitch ass on. Like this is crazy. And I want y'all to see what this guy actually does afterwards.
You're the department that, who's the officer? LeBron beat up that guy in the alley, cost the taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm protesting you guys.
No, you're harassing us.
I'm on a public sidewalk, bro.
You're harassing us because you have issues. So either you're getting arrested or you're going to the hospital again. Got it?
Okay. Do what you gotta do, bro.
I will. You're going in for mental health counseling. It's being marked in the report. And then they will come address you where you live. 1036, right? With mommy and daddy?
You think you're scared?
Bro, they still trying to talk shit to him, bro. They really trying to intimidate the fuck out of him. Like, look, if these were people that were taking your money and they had more power in society over you to force you to do things, and they're talking to you like this, do you think you live in a democracy or a democratic republic? You know, for my conservative folks, I know y'all would like to get on that. Do you think you live in a democratic republic? Because I think we fought in a war to stop shit like this from happening. But, you know, we'll stop somebody else from doing it, but we gonna still do it over here. I'm pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what he's doing, because if somebody else was talking to you like that, you will feel a certain type of way.
I
don't care about
I know my
I'm
rights.
telling you the facts.
There is no pure form of protest than on a public sidewalk.
And I told you yesterday not to come back here and harass us.
I'm not harassing
Because it
anyone.
is repeated conduct that serves no legitimate purpose.
Free speech. I'm protesting. There's nothing you can do about
You're
it.
not saying anything. You're not doing anything. Filming is not a First Amendment right.
Filming is not a First. Can you say that again, please?
Filming is not a First Amendment right.
One more time for the camera.
It is not.
Oh my God. Hold up. Hold up.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta add something to that.
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
This man, this officer of the law, y'all, and Ms. Jackson, I want to get your opinion on this. This officer of the law just said that filming is not a First Amendment right. Ms. Jackson, give me your thoughts on that.
He told the man that you coming out here harassing us daily. But no, it's vice versa. You all are harassing this man while he's out here protesting so we can make change in the community because he cares. And so enlightenment disturbs darkness. And so this young man is bringing correction to you all, how you need to step your A game up. Again, you work for us. We are the taxpayers. You are here to serve. It's not vice versa. We're not here to serve you or please you. We can give a damn about your personal issues. We have our own to deal with. So it's just that simple. You know, hypocrisy, man, you know, and they got to find a way to justify their own behavior. That's all, you know, you want to disgrace this man and belittle him and talk about his personal life or make up lies on him and attack him verbally. And it's just to degrade him so you could try to make yourself look good. It's the oldest trick in the book.
Well, I'll tell y'all this, y'all. You have the right to film whatever the fuck you want to film in public. Now, there are stipulations on what you can film. Like, you can't be going to a little school and filming that shit from the street. Like, somebody gonna have a problem with that, and that's probably gonna be an issue for you. But outside of filming, doing that little shit, but you know, America seems to be okay with that. We got somebody in the White House that like to do shit like that. But outside of that, you have the right to film. You have freedom of press. Anything you can see. How the fuck can they police your eyes? I want people to really think about that. Because if I can see it with my eyes, that's one thing. But you don't want me to see it with this recording device that can record it. What's the difference? Oh, I can see it with my eyes, but all I can do is tell you about it. You can choose to believe that or not. You can't not believe what the fuck you see with your eyes when I show it to you on this recording. That man just told this dude that it's illegal. He don't have a First Amendment right to record in public. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, real shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everybody has the right to record in fucking public. Everybody has the right to record in public. That makes no sense. You're in a public area, you can record, y'all. Don't let nobody else tell you nothing else, nothing different. Man, let's keep going. This cop don't know the law. Look, dude, this is a thug. This is a thug with a badge. And the state is paying him. The state is paying him with your tax dollars.
Not a First Amendment right. It is not observed by Pennsylvania law.
Sergeant Stevenson argues that Mr. Rischel is not protesting because he is alone, that he is quote-unquote harassing the officers, and that filming is not a First Amendment right. All three of these contentions are inaccurate. First, the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Pennsylvania, explicitly held in the 2017 case of Fields versus City of Philadelphia that the First Amendment protects the right to film police officers conducting official police activity in public areas. Likewise, while the First Amendment right of assembly, by definition, involves a group, a lone individual's speech, expressive conduct, and petitioning of the government are core First Amendment activities. The Supreme Court has repeatedly affirmed that expressive conduct by a single citizen can be protected political speech. For instance, in the 1987 case of City of Houston versus Hill, the court determined that the First Amendment protected a single individual's criticism of police officers, finding a law that prohibited verbally quote-unquote interrupting a police officer to be unconstitutional. As such, a court would almost certainly conclude that in public forums like sidewalk.
I gotta help you out, King of Kings. I gotta help you out. He said outside is okay for filming, but not in stores, schools, and you can't record other people. That's not true. He said without their consent. That's not true. That's look, and I want to help you out so you don't be one of them people that get irritated if you ever see it. That's not true. You can record whatever the fuck. Look. You can be on private property and they can ask you to leave for recording, but it's not against, you can't be arrested for doing that. Now, if they ask you to leave, then you get into trespassing laws and things of that sort. You have to leave. But recording people in public, Walmart records your ass the whole time you up in there. The whole time. The whole fucking time. You go in the movie theater, they're recording your ass. You go everywhere, people are recording you while you're in private institutions. You can record people. You can record people wherever the fuck you want. The only issue you're going to run into is when people that work for that establishment ask you to leave, you have to leave. But you can record them. It's not against the law. They can't call the police and say he recorded me and he left the building. And let's say I'm standing outside on the front. They're like, yeah, you was in Walmart. They called on you. They said you recorded. I was like, yeah, I was recording. They can't take me to jail for recording. They can only take me to jail if I don't leave Walmart premises. You can record in public. It don't matter about somebody's fucking consent. You ain't got no goddamn fucking... they actually even cover in the Constitution. You have no reasonable expectation of privacy when in public. It's in the Constitution. You can read it. Everybody can read up on it. Look through the amendments. You'll find it. You can record all the fuck you want. It don't matter. It don't matter where the fuck you is. No matter where the fuck you is. Like in the bathroom and shit like that. Yeah, you run into some different shit because now you got to get into a whole nother level of shit. But you just in public walking around. It don't matter where the fuck you is. You can be recorded.
A single person has the right to protest, just as a group would, so long as the protest remains peaceful and non-disruptive. And finally, it is highly improbable that a court would agree with Sergeant Stevenson's assertion that Mr. Rischel's behavior constituted quote-unquote harassment. The crime of harassment is defined in Section 2709 of Title 18 of the Pennsylvania Consolidated Statutes, which makes it illegal to engage in a course of conduct or repeatedly commit acts that serve no legitimate purpose with the intent to harass, annoy, or alarm another individual. However, Mr. Rischel's filming and remarks were aimed at public officials in a protest context, which serves a legitimate purpose of voicing grievances to the government, even if it irritated the officers. Additionally, the harassment statute explicitly states that it does not apply to constitutionally protected activity, such as Mr. Rischel's recording of the police and his expressions of criticism. Accordingly, it is likely that a court would determine that Mr. Rischel had not committed the offense of harassment.
You want to make the case law?
There is no case law yet.
You want to make it?
How am I making it?
Because it will get set in court.
That lets you know you got some dummies on the force, bro. This motherfucker don't even know what the fuck that dude was saying.
Fine. Hasn't been proven yet. It's not observed by Pennsylvania law. And I told you yesterday,
Pennsylvania law
doing this, or you're going to face arrest. And yet you're back here.
That dude sound dumb as fuck. Like, do you not get what the fuck he just said to you?
Determined that Mr. Rischel had not committed the offense of harassment.
You want to make the case law?
There is no case law yet.
You just asked him, do you want to make the case law? He said there is no case law yet. I'm going to show you how dumb this cop is.
You want to make it?
How am I making it?
Because if
how am I making it?
We'll get set in court.
Fine.
And he know what the fuck he talking about. Like, yeah, dude, yeah. Do you want to make case law, bitch? You want to arrest me for something that the Constitution protects because the Constitution overrules everything in every state. You have given rights, amendments that apply to certain rights that everybody has in this entire country. It doesn't matter if your city, your state, your township, whatever the fuck writes a bullshit law. If it contradicts the Constitution wins every time. That's why they say constitutional rights. Your Bill of Rights, y'all. This motherfucker don't understand what case law is. It's like, okay, you want to take me in because you think the city has a law against this, even though the Constitution says otherwise? Go ahead and take me in, and we'll create case law in the state. And you're going to be the example because you violated the Constitution that's been around for who knows how long? Since the beginning of this motherfucking, well, since they did, whatever the fuck shit they did. But I'm like, dude, he don't even understand what making case law is.
It's been proven yet. It's not observed by Pennsylvania law. And I told you yesterday.
It's observed by Pennsylvania law because the Constitution's there. You just gonna find out because you want to fuck it over, bitch. You stupid.
Today to stop doing this, or you're gonna face arrest. And yet you're back here. Not only that, using obscene, lewd language in view of the public.
Obscene language has to appeal to the prurient interests. It is a very narrow precedent. If you want to go for it,
His mother's a lawyer, y'all. Just so y'all know.
Sergeant Stevenson claims that quote-unquote name calling constitutes disorderly conduct when the speaker uses quote-unquote obscene and lewd language in public. The disorderly conduct statute, which is codified in section 5503 of Title 18 of the Pennsylvania Consolidated Statutes, includes in the offense using obscene language, making an obscene gesture, engaging in fighting or threatening, or engaging in violent or tumultuous behavior with the intent to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. Now, although speech that can be categorized as so-called fighting words and therefore is not protected by the First Amendment can constitute disorderly conduct, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania determined in the 1999 case of Commonwealth versus Hawk that the use of profanity alone does not rise to this level when directed at a police officer. Likewise, while the statute also prohibits using quote-unquote obscene language and making quote-unquote obscene gestures, under the legal definition of obscenity, this refers to sexually explicit language rather than mere profanity or offensive language, which remains protected under the First Amendment. Accordingly, it is highly unlikely that a court would hold that Mr. Rischel's quote-unquote name-calling amounted to disorderly conduct, even with the use of profanity.
Serves no legitimate purpose, other than the fact that you were looking to annoy and harass us.
I'm protesting. Do what you gotta do, bro. Do what you gotta do.
You're the moron that's standing out here in the rain to prove your point, which is stupid and kind of makes you look pathetic.
Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. You're the one getting all upset over some...
Because you're continuing the same misconduct over and over.
It's not misconduct, bro.
How is it not?
It is a First Amendment right to protest. I'm addressing my grievances with the department.
No, you're not. You haven't said anything aside from call us names and try to instigate us.
Is calling names illegal?
Serves no purpose.
Is calling names illegal?
Serves no purpose.
Did you take an oath to the Constitution, bro?
And yes, it is illegal when you use obscene and lewd language in the public.
It's set the case.
It is the very definition of disorderly conduct, especially when it serves no legitimate purpose.
I am protesting, bro.
You have no legitimate
You don't get to decide what a protest is.
One person does not make a protest. Once again, you look crazy and pathetic.
Just like a street.
That boy heard that line from somebody else, one of them older officers and shit. Like, bro, he's still saying it. It's another day and he's still saying that dumb shit. Like, bro, one person can be a protest.
A preacher can stand on the corner preaching his religion. I can stand here protesting.
You're not preaching a religion.
Yes, I'm protesting. Yes, I am.
You're not chanting. You have no sign. You're harassing. You're pathetic.
It doesn't need to be a sign for a protest. I can do it. It's a protest and it's press. I'm recording for the press.
Now you're just doing it.
And listen to what he said. He talked about name calling. Like, look, dude, you just called that dude pathetic. The first other officer called, like, he was talking shit the whole time. You live at home with mommy and daddy. He even said that same shit too. Like, you insulting the guy and calling him names and shit, but you telling me you can take him to jail for doing it to you, but you can do it to him? Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, you're loitering.
When I publish this,
And you're
it will be
annoying.
press. Loitering is very narrow. You just walk past me. I'm not obstructing anything. I'm not obstructing this sidewalk. People have been walking down this all day. It's a narrow lawn. You cannot.
Yes, and as a uniform officer, I have told you not to be here anymore.
It's a traditional public lawn.
Discontinue loitering here because of your behavior.
Do what you gotta do.
The following day, March 28, 2024, Sergeant Stevenson filed criminal charges against Mr. Rischel and mailed him citations. The charges included...
Wait. Y'all listen now. What he said? This is what the officer did the next day. Watch this.
Because of your behavior.
Do what you gotta do.
The following day, March 28, 2024, Sergeant Stevenson filed criminal charges against Mr. Rischel and mailed him citations. The charges included 1 count of loitering and 2 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 under the state statute and 1 under the Allentown Disorderly Conduct Ordinance. On June 17, 2024, Sergeant Stevenson prosecuted the charges and testified at the preliminary hearing and summary trial in the Lehigh County Magisterial District Court. Sergeant Stevenson claimed in his testimony that Mr. Rischel was, quote, screaming obscenities, blocking the sidewalk and pedestrian vehicles, and intentionally obstructing officers from entering or exiting the parking garage. Sergeant Stevenson also testified that the sidewalk was closed due to the construction and that the closure was clearly indicated by tape, fencing, and signage. All of these claims are clearly controverted by Mr. Rischel's video evidence. The court dismissed the disorderly conduct charges against Mr. Rischel on the basis that he was engaged in First Amendment protected speech. Mr. Rischel's video footage was not introduced into evidence at this hearing, and the judge found Mr. Rischel guilty of loitering based on Sergeant Stevenson's testimony. However, Mr. Rischel filed a summary appeal to the Court of Common Pleas, which entered a verdict of not guilty. On July 23, 2025, Mr. Rischel filed a...
But y'all hear that, right? So the officer the very next day decided he was actually going to try to file some charges on this dude to hem him up. He shows up to court, cop shows up to court, cop gives his story, and off of the cop giving his story, because I want y'all to understand what the court did. They took the word of the officer and said, look, from what you told us, pretty much, it don't matter what he said, because I'm pretty sure old buddy tried to defend himself. What you said he said, that's freedom of speech. So we're throwing it out. But we will get him with the disorderly conduct, though. That's what the lower court did. The first court that most of y'all go to, most of us all go to when we got an issue. But then he appealed that shit. It's like, no, bitch. I ain't do none of that shit. He goes to the next court and they throw it all out. I don't think people catch on to the system. They'll try to say the system worked. They threw out the first charge. No. They should have threw it all out. But they took this officer's word. They didn't even let the dude fucking show his video in court and found him guilty of something. He had evidence to prove that he wasn't guilty, and they still found him guilty of it. Wouldn't even let him show it. So then he had to appeal that shit and go to court again, which they hope you do. They hope they make it difficult for you to get out of shit because they just want to hem you up. He went and actually did it. And guess what happens? He's not guilty on no charges. Does anybody think the system is set up for you to benefit and win, or you think it's set up for you to fail? Let me ask Ms. Jackson, how you think the system's set up? Because they tried to fuck him up on this one.
Yeah, he was a smart man. He knew his rights. He knew his voices, his power, and he exercised them to the fullest. And that was his whole purpose of being out there on the block, to make change, and because he cared about his community. You know, and I'm sure, has the officer ever heard the statement before? A strong man stands alone. A leader stands alone if necessary. And that's what that man did, you know. And so at the end of the day, he pushed it to the limit, and he beat them at their own game through what's in writing, what the law is, what's set and what's stoned. And, you know, by the rules of the law of the land. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous that it had to go to this extreme. And he threw them bogus charges on him, just trying to use that to intimidate. That's all it was about, intimidation. But as he see with this young gentleman, it didn't work.
Yeah, he was hoping he was dumb. He wasn't dumb. He knew. Look, he even told y'all. Y'all said y'all looked it up. Y'all know his mama a lawyer. You think he ain't got good advice at home? Then on top of that, we got the computers and the internet around us, bro. You can go look up your rights, bro. It ain't that hard. And that man don't want on it. They took time out of his day, but guess what? Like y'all say, he ain't got no job. He's staying at home with mama and daddy. He got time to play with y'all. That's one thing I know they don't like. Somebody that's got time. Like they just looked at their wrist and they got time today. It's like, yeah, I'll play with this. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Let's see how this works out for you. But the problem is people need to be charged on the back end of that. You put false charges on that man. You need to be hemmed up for something.
A civil rights lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania with the assistance, which entered a verdict of not guilty. On July 23rd, 2025, Mr. Rischel filed a civil rights lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania with the assistance of the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE. As of the date of writing this episode, the case is still pending. Overall, the Allentown officers get an F for repeatedly threatening and issuing unlawful orders to Mr. Rischel, demonstrating a catastrophic misunderstanding of the First Amendment and civil rights in general, and for blatantly attempting to intimidate and harass Mr. Rischel for exercising his rights. Officer Flight's decision to aggressively pursue Mr. Rischel with a patrol car on a public sidewalk was not only an act of recklessness, but one that could easily be construed as assault under Pennsylvania law. His threat to arrest Mr. Rischel for loitering, despite the complete lack of probable cause, showed a clear intent to suppress lawful activity through intimidation. Not only was there no disruption, no obstruction, and no threat to public safety, but also Mr. Rischel's actions have been firmly established as constitutionally protected conduct under various higher court decisions. Sergeant Stevenson's conduct was equally troubling, as he falsely claimed that the First Amendment does not protect filming or individual protest, and went on to quote-unquote ban Mr. Rischel from a public sidewalk, threatened to arrest him for returning film, and filed criminal charges under disorderly conduct and loitering statutes that plainly did not apply. Both of the officers' conduct reflects more than just poor training. It sheds light on a deeper culture of resistance to public oversight and transparency within the department. Rather than respecting a citizen's right to document public servants, the Allentown officers weaponized the criminal code in order to retaliate against a critic. The role role of bystander video in promoting transparency was articulated powerfully in the Fields case that we discussed earlier. And the following quote from that case encapsulates the importance of preserving public accountability through citizen recordings. And it's a quote that the Allentown Police Department should familiarize themselves with. Now quoting, "We ask much of our police. They can be our shelter from the storm. Yet officers are public officials carrying out public functions, and the First Amendment requires them to bear bystanders recording their actions. This is vital to promote the access that fosters free discussion of governmental actions, especially when that discussion benefits not only citizens, but the officers themselves." Mr. Rischel gets an A+, because although he could have exercised his right to silence more tactfully, he demonstrated a clear understanding of his First Amendment rights, remained relatively calm and collected throughout the encounter, and he strategically pursued accountability through the proper legal channels. While Mr. Rischel's tone was often abrasive and at times intentionally antagonistic, his behavior remained within the bounds of protected speech and served a clear, expressive purpose. He did not interfere with law enforcement operations, he did not trespass, and he did not create a public disturbance. What he did was stand on a public sidewalk, film government officials, and criticize their behavior, which is a protest in its purest form. Mr. Rischel correctly asserted the right to film in public, recognized the difference between profanity and obscenity, and identified the overreach of officers attempting to weaponize vague ordinances against him. His use of profanity may not have won him any favors with a judge or jury, but courts have long held that speech does not lose its protection simply because it offends. In fact, offensive speech is often the speech most in need of protection. At every point in the encounter, Mr. Rischel understood where that line was, and he stayed on the right side of it. More importantly, he didn't stop at confrontation. He followed up with internal complaints, he preserved the video evidence, and he ultimately partnered with a civil liberties organization in order to file a federal lawsuit. This interaction highlights the value of civic resistance in a climate where rights are often acknowledged in theory, but disregarded in practice. And I commend Mr. Rischel for adamantly defending his rights and for pursuing justice through the proper legal channels. Let us know if there is an interaction.
And I feel the same way too. About it, because when you really think about this, man, it's like, look, there are a lot of things, and I'll say it again, the second time I'm saying this, there are a lot of things that people do in society that we might not agree with, that we don't like. But one thing we all have to understand, certain things are not criminal just because we don't like them. And people shouldn't have to not do them because you don't like them. And it gets even worse when the group of people that don't like it are the police. These people are supposed to be sworn to uphold the Constitution. I know the oath they got to take because I took the same oath. I know the oath. You're supposed to uphold the Constitution, man. And when you violating people because somebody bothered you and your fucking feelings now, it's like, so the citizens got to pay for that because you and your feelings. And that's what it's been. Whether people know it or not, that's what it has been for a long time. And that's what it is right now. We've allowed this shit to transpire and go on for so long that now it's happening to the people that didn't know it was going to ever happen to them. It's happening to y'all now. And I'm talking about folks that look like this. Yeah, I'm saying it because y'all should have a problem with this. That's why I showed white folks today all day. I ain't fucking showing no black folks. Y'all don't give a fuck when y'all see the cops hem up black folks. But when they doing it to your own folks, I would hope that you would have some garnerance of fucking sympathy and shit. But, you know, they might call them liberal, or might call them conservative. I ain't no telling what the motherfucker might say. The law is the law. The law is the law. And your rights are your rights. They like muscles. If you don't use them, you're going to lose them. And we need to stand on that shit, man. If we don't have that, we don't have a country. And I think that's probably why we're losing the country right now. But Ms. Jackson, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, man, I think it was good content, you know, and at the end of the day, the young gentleman, again, was a leader. And he stood up, you know, that no matter what class or category that they try to place you in, that we all get fairness and equality and that know your rights. See, the key is to know your rights and have the education and the knowledge. A lot of people are unaware. They're unlearned. They haven't been taught. And to use them, to exercise them. That's the whole purpose. So he stood up. He was a hero. He was the true leader and set the example. And he stood up to them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they had to bow down to the law that they themselves break, that they are supposed to be representing and exercising. And how do they exercise it? By setting the example. You set the example, and that's how you serve the community. So again, you work for us. We are the taxpayers. You are to serve and protect us. It's not vice versa. So I'm School for Justice. You can, I'll be glad to have you. You're more than welcome to come over and to my platform where we live, love, and we stress these issues of abuse of power, so we can learn and we can grow.
All right, now y'all heard that now. Y'all heard that here first. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check out. Fucking like, look, man, my ultimate mindset, my ultimate goal, like when I cover these videos, covering these cop videos, I just want people to be aware. Be aware of what the hell is going on around you, so you don't keep living in your own little bubble. Because look, everybody has a life going on. Everybody has their own little friend group. Everybody has their own little thing that they do. It's very easily get caught up and think that the world just revolves around what the hell you have going on. The world's a lot bigger than you. This country is a lot bigger than you. But you need to protect yourself at all times. I truly believe that, whether it's in relationships, whether it's just in day-to-day life, you need to protect yourself. And if you don't know what your protections are, you'll let a lot of people run over you. You'll let a lot of people run over you. And a lot of average Americans, the ones that get irritated with this right here, they will be the first ones to buck up and say something crazy. Like the first guy, they knew he was already deaf. They knew he was handicapped. They knew he could barely hit ass. But they wanted to fuck him up because he said a cuss word. So he hurt their feelings. So now it's time to use violence on them. But they'll be the first ones to take your ass to jail if somebody said something to you and you decided to get violent with them. Like, we gotta understand how this shit works, and you gotta understand how to play the game. And you need to also understand that you need to push the issue forward. Don't let people just walk over you, because that's what they try to do to the last young man in this video. They tried to walk over him. They tried to put some bullshit ass charges on him. He fought him and he ultimately won. If you standing on solid ground, you ain't got to really worry about sinking. I'm just being honest with you. You standing on solid ground, you really do not have to worry about sinking, bitch, because it's solid right here. But look, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I actually was going to give y'all one more, but I'm like, nah, saving that for the Saturday show, y'all, because the Saturday show was actually the Saturday stream. Now, I'm just going ahead and turn that into the Saturday stream, because we're going to probably be doing about 4 or 5 hours, and we're going through a whole bunch of shit. But look, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, turn them notices on. Whether you watched over on Let's Talk with JVJ on Facebook, whether you watched on Let's Talk over here on YouTube, or you watched on the JVJ network, subscribe to all of them. Subscribe to all of them. Follow on all of them. All the links are down in the description. So if y'all didn't understand what the fuck I said, the links are down in the description. And you can get right on over there. Copy the hyperlink and just go on over there. Because you never know when something might happen in YouTube decide they don't want me around here, or Facebook might decide they don't want me around here. Y'all can come and find something, because we're going to continue to do the days that we do and continue to put up the content that we put up. But tomorrow we should have a good one. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because I don't want to spoil it, but y'all will see the thumbnail if y'all fucking linked in throughout the day tomorrow. Go check out the poll we just put up a couple days ago about Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. Supposedly some people out here that think Dunkin' Donuts are better than Krispy Kreme. I don't know what the fuck they smoking. They got to be smoking that crack, because they damn sure ain't had no Krispy Kreme yet. So figure that shit out for me. Go and vote on that one. But we gonna get the fuck up out of here, man. I appreciate all of y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one as always, man. Peace.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.